Friends, I'm glad to be here. It's that time of year. It's January. It's one of my favorite months of the year. Now, my favorite month of the year, honestly, is June, because I'm born in June, so that's my birthday month. And it's also a nice sunny month, so it's a nice, good month of the year. But my second favorite month of the year is January. I like it even more than December. Honestly, straight up, I liked January more than December. I like the freshness. I like the newness. I like that it's a clean slate. 1/01/2017. You can start something new. You can start a new project. Yeah, that last year's one might not have worked that well, but this year is going to be the year. You're going to do it. It's going to be great. But one of the things I like to do every couple years, I like to sharpen my budgeting skills, is budget. So I'd really like to show you guys some budgeting ideas, especially two specific budgeting ideas that I use, budgeting strategies, that's a better word, strategies that I use in my personal life, and I've had some really good results with these two strategies. So now you got to think though, this is January 2. Now there is some negative sides of January 2. Now I don't have this problem because I follow the budgeting strategies, but you might have this problem. And if you have this problem, it's the Christmas present blues. So on December, you bought those presents, it's January, the bill comes due, now you got to pay for that on your credit card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you two strategies how to pay off those credit cards and how to get things lower in the amount that you owe in your debt. So the first one I want to talk about is called my grocery limiter. Now you can use it for other purposes, but we're going to use Randy's grocery limiter. And here's how it works. Actually, before I do that, let me show you how people usually do budgeting. Usually they'll say, okay, let's just pick an amount. They'll say, okay, I've got $500. That's all I'm going to spend on groceries this month. Let's say that includes, paper towels and toilet paper and shampoo and all that kind of stuff as well. And they say, okay, so they've got a whole month. So they've got, this is for the month of January. And then they go, okay, well, I spent, $100 the first day, and now I've got $400 left, and then a couple of days later, they spend $300, and then they, eventually they run out of money, and then before they run out of time. So they go, okay, the end of let's say it's, it's the 23rd of the month, and then eventually, they get down to like, $5. They've only got $5 to last them for the rest of the month. Well, I've created a way to reverse everything, reverse the process, and I call it Randy's grocery, let's get the eraser here. Randy's grocery limiter, or budget limiter. You can say either one. Let's get rid of all these dots here. It's kind of fun here playing on this board. Okay, so instead what you want to do is you want to reverse the process. So we'll say January has 31 days. So 31 days, and let's say your budget is $500. Now, does anyone on their calculator want to take 500 and divide it by 31? I have one if need be. Anyone else? Looks like Janice has got it.
I'm doing it. Calculator.
16.12.
She said 16.13. Okay, so this is going to be your daily amount. You're going to have a daily amount of $16.13. So you start day one, it's kind of tough. All right, so on day one, you only have $16.13 to spend on groceries. You don't have the full 100. There's a trick here. This is day one. Let me just erase the 500. Give myself some room. Okay. That's day one. But let's say you've got. Let's say on day one, it's New Year's Day. Everything's closed. You can't buy anything even if you wanted to. So you didn't spend any money that day. Well, then now you have a balance of $16.13. You can carry forward to the next day because you now have another daily allowance of another $16.13 to spend on day two. Let's say day two, you're still, let's say it's a Sunday and you don't want to go get groceries. Let's say you have some food left over. Then you do another day. You go 0 days. And what is that? So $32.26, right? Now on day three, you're like, well, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. So you say you go and you buy some stuff at at the grocery store for 10 bucks. You might spend more. You've got a balance of $32.36 plus another $16.13. So you take the $32.26. I need a calculator, buddy. All right, so we got $32.26 plus $16.13 minus 10.
38.39.
All right, so now we have $38.39. What you'll find is that this is actually a great tool. Now, I've created a sheet of paper, a sheet of paper with 3 different categories. And so I say for myself, I have 1 for groceries. You know, my wife has celiac disease, so we do 1 for gluten-free and 1 for meat. We split them up into 3. Well, what I recommend is you take the three of the categories that you think have the most impact on your budget and go after them. Don't do gas. Everyone has to go to work and back. It's not why waste your time budgeting gas when it's not going to make a difference. You're really going to take that shorter of a trip that's going to save you, 50 cents or $1 or $2 in gas. But something like groceries, you can actually take control of. Also, another one is dining. So I would recommend usually go food and dining. And take those 2. My wife and I saved $4,000 in 1 year. We track our expenses. We did this for a year and saved $4,000 in 1 year. It really works, and I highly recommend it. Oh, sorry. Okay, so my second technique, which I highly recommend, comes down to that New Year's resolutions. Now, with New Year's resolutions, people try them every year and then they don't. You know, it doesn't always work out. So here's a technique to make your New Year's resolution and your budget work at the same time. So we're gonna make a calendar. Let's pretend we've got a calendar here. Let's hope I draw it properly. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There we go. All right. We've probably all heard of Jerry Seinfeld. So we've all heard of Jerry Seinfeld. Well, Jerry Seinfeld, he's one of the best comedians in the world. He came up with a technique to work on his jokes. This is a great tip for reading. Every day, he spends 1 hour working on new material. And when he does that new material, he crosses it out on the calendar. Then the next day, he does 1 hour of new material. And then the next day, he does 1 hour of new material. If he misses a day, he doesn't get his X. Now, I know this almost seems a bit childish, but in a sense, that motivation that you create by crossing off that X every day, you don't want to stop. You get 2 weeks, you're feeling pretty pumped, you're feeling pretty excited. Use this for budgeting. Say, okay, if I spend no money in a whole day, I get to get an X. If I have a budget meeting with my spouse, I get to have an X. If I make a better financial choice, I get to have an X. So you give yourself about 3 or 4 criteria that you can do in a day to give yourself an X, and you use that motivation to save money. So I hope you've appreciated some of my techniques at saving some money and budgeting, and I hope you use it in your own life. Again, $4,000 in 1 year for my grocery limber. And if you want, I have a sheet of paper I can give you, and you can put it up on your fridge and use it every day. Thank you.